Welcome back to Terminally.
Bald. I'm terminally
He
bald.
paused a little bit. Remember, we
Well,
have to cheers.
I know. Okay, we do. Right.
Cheers.
It's a Thursday night, so we're not drinking tonight.
Right. Even though we record basically every Thursday before we upload on Friday, I'm drinking a Raspberry Rose Poppy, not sponsored. What are you drinking, Dad?
Little water. Zephyr Hills. Zephyr Hills.
It's actually vodka. You guys would never know, though.
It's a
'Cause
joke.
He doesn't flinch when he
It's a
drinks
joke
it.
because I don't drink vodka. I don't drink alcohol anymore.
Well, you never drink vodka straight
No, it's true.
either,
It's
even
bad
when you
for
were drinking.
Well, how have you been?
I've been good. I just started building this desk that I bought for my room, so I have somewhere to put my computer.
Nice. You don't need my help?
No, I'm basically done. I might need your help with this one part, but I'm a strong, independent woman, if you didn't know.
Aren't you doing some kind of online class too? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm taking a course to become a registered behavioral technician.
Oh,
Basically doing like intervention work with kids on the spectrum.
I like that. That's cool. And
What about you?
I'm 2 more days. I'm halfway through all my treatment. What is it? Radiation
and then
chemo.
the chemo pill.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take a pill, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, and he hasn't really had any symptoms, which is really good. I feel like every doctor that sees you is like, "You look really good," and they're all like shocked by
I
it.
gotta say it's funny. This is funny because everybody that checks on me, they think I'm like in the deathbed because of
Yeah.
the cancer I have, and it's stage 4.
Mhm.
But look at me, people.
I know.
What's up?
It's literally like nothing ever happened. It's actually crazy. It's
I
funny
know.
because all my friends are
It
like,
is.
"How's your dad doing?" I'm like, "He's literally the same.
I
He just
know.
has a scar on his
I
head."
got a scar on my head, and the progress is right now. You go through the first week of April, it'll be over. The first few days of April, and then they let me sit for 3 weeks and not have to do anything, and then they'll scan it again, see what kind of stuff it's done. But we got other things we're working on too for treatment. So anyway, I'm good. So love you people still. I do find something really, really touching in me letting people know where I stand. I've had so many people I haven't talked to in years, and people that I talk to probably once or twice a year have sent me the nicest text about something I did for them, and I'm like, and it wasn't even something I did. It's more or less, something I said, and it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It moves me. I tell mom about some of these, and I start crying like a big baby because it's so sweet. I mean, just so sweet. So I love you people. Appreciate that very much. It's very kind, and
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine either way. But anyway, we are kicking off this week. We're gonna bring in podcast guests, and we're gonna have them speak.
Yep.
We
Different friends and family are going to come on the pod
Yep.
and talk, but
Yep.
we're doing the intro right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of, I don't know, introduce it at
Yeah.
the beginning, kind of talk about how we're doing. In case you notice, we're not really matching this week just because we're only talking for like a couple minutes, and
Yeah,
then we're
no
going to
match.
go into the
the first guest.
guest talking. Do you want to introduce which guest is talking this week?
Well, I introduced it in the video that we shot, but it's
true.
Mr. Tim Pierce.
Yep.
He's funny. He cracks me up. Makes me think a lot of things because we've known each other since we were
What, like 11? Yeah, it was like
9,
middle
10,
school.
10, 11
Middle
years
school,
old.
his like one of his longest term
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he came to
so it's
visit with
been
his
fun.
wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No.
He came to visit with his wife this past weekend,
Yeah.
and you guys got to hang out. It was nice to see them. They stayed the night from Friday night to Sunday, and they
Left
flew.
Sunday night. Yep.
Mhm.
Flew in. It's good to see
Cherie.
them. And then in a few weeks, I've got a couple more coming from Opelika, going to come see me. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It is funny though because people want to come see me, and I'm like, I'm trying to do it every other weekend because they come in and want to visit, and it's funny. And I mean, yeah,
You're like, I need to take naps
Yeah.
in between.
I know. So we do it, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's been good. It's good to see some of these people. All these people. It really is some of these people. I shouldn't say it. I'm kidding.
It's only good to see a couple of them.
I know. I love all these people.
He's
Jackie,
kidding.
I love all these people.
I know.
So
I'm just messing with
it's
you.
been very kind, very nice.
You had your friend Bud Palmer and his wife Christina come visit
Yep. And-
when Tim was here with Cherie.
Yep.
You guys got lunch. He also recorded with Bud.
Yep.
They have an episode coming up, and then your little brother
Yep.
came.
And my fraternity big brother, and yeah, a bunch of people. Don't make me
Yeah.
start
Oh my
throwing out
gosh.
names.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I'm just saying we have a lot of guest episodes up and coming.
some of the
so-
podcasts we're gonna do is we got to do family again because I didn't talk about you guys. I didn't talk about a couple of my uncles and some other family members. My dad's brother. There's a bunch of people I want to talk about. I want to carry over because we're doing these for my future generations.
And
especially
her
my
family.
grandson,
And friends.
Luca, and friends. And so, but anyway, so let's bring out, well, no, not yet.
We can end it here. I think it's all right.
No, he's getting ready. He has to put some makeup on and comb his hair. He was all worried about that.
Oh, Tim?
So he's getting ready before we bring him out.
Oh, yeah. No,
You
of
have to bring him
course.
out.
Yeah, he has to powder his nose.
But it's good because most of these people understand we do these mostly on Wednesday or Thursday night. And so we got some other things we're going to do in the future. We're lining up guests. We're going to have some of these guests come in and just talk about the past. There's so many cool people. I enjoy that.
I think it's sweet, though. The stories you guys are going to hear in this episode, there's so many different things that I didn't even know that they shared. So I got to figure that out throughout watching this to edit it.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
You know what's funny that I've tried to express with people is that, because I'm not drinking alcohol right now. I'm hoping I get to eventually. But I don't drink alcohol, but I get high on having good conversations with some of these people. We sit and talk, and we talk about everything, the future, the past, and I'm more dialed in.
Yeah.
I really do. Even talking to you, even though we talk every day.
Yeah, I drive this man to radiation
Yeah, I
every
can't
morning.
drive because you have a seizure. You can't drive for 6 months. So I can't drive a car till June.
Yep.
Which really sucks, man. But so you're my driver, and she gets mad. She gets mad because what's it called? Passenger drive? I passenger drive.
This man he needs to be in control, right? I'm sure everyone listening to this knows that about him. And if you don't, now you do.
Yeah.
And when you're driving, he loves, I don't want to get into this on the podcast. He just loves to backseat drive, and we get into arguments. And that's all you need to know about.
I want to
okay?
try harder. Maybe I should just lay in the back seat.
I told him, I said, every day I'm like, tomorrow you're going to lay in the back. I'm going to give you a Xanax and you're going to close your little eyes.
You are a
and
good
then
driver.
I know, it's not like I'm a reckless driver either.
And I love you. I don't want to make you mad. I'm going to
I
try
love you
harder.
too. I'm not mad.
I'm going to try harder not to get us
They're really getting in real
passionate.
time us discussing this.
Well, anyway, I appreciate you driving me. It saves me a lot of money going Uber there and back. And it's fine. We got it. We're good. It's a little less than 4 weeks to go. 3.5 weeks to go.
Yeah, April 8th.
Yes.
I think is your last day.
Yes.
Something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring out our guests. Let's say peace out and let them take the
Yeah,
guests.
should we do our outro? You already did an outro with Tim.
We did, but
he's coming in now.
It's not an outro. It's just the middle of the show.
We
We're going right into.
We did forget to say that they recorded 2 episodes and one had some different stories, so we're actually going to mesh them together.
She edited it and put some together. So it's 2 days worth of going back and forth. So he talks for 22 minutes, but I talk with him. I probably over talk more than I should.
You'll see, though, there will be a little bit of like back and forth between stories, but we'll help. I'm going to edit it to make it more cohesive. But in case you hear like some different transitions and you're like, what's going on? It's just between the 2 different days they recorded different stories.
It is funny because I've had a lot of compliments about you and how good you do on the podcast. But it's funny because I've got a journalism degree and I did all these edit stuff, but yet you're editing everything. It is, and you do really good.
Thank you.
You do our intro, our outro, a little touch of things, and then you edited that one.
I really don't do anything crazy. This one's probably the most editing I've done.
Well,
just mashing it all together, and we did it together.
Yeah, but still, you do good. I'm impressed. Most people think I'm doing that because I have a degree in it, but I'm just I don't. Yeah, no. Anyway, let's bring out our homie. Let's bring out my homie to talk, and
let's do it.
We'll see you guys. We'll see you next
Friday,
next
9 a.m. Every Friday at 9 a.m.
We're gonna have a different show.
Yep.
I think we're Anyway,
we'll
you'll
have
like
probably
it.
more guests next week.
You're right. Peace.
Bye.
Love ya. Wait, let's do this. Let me just repeat.
You know where I'm coming from.
I'm not putting this in. Or should I put it in as a
blooper in the end? What are you talking about? I said, or should I put it in as a blooper in the end? No, let's just let Tim come and talk now.
Okay.
All right. Love y'all.
Bye.
See. Hey, what's happening, my friends? As I told you earlier, had some good friends stopping in for the podcast. And, of course, you may have seen him before. He's a popular guy. He's known by many, many people around the world. But he is one of my best friends growing up, Mr. Timothy Mitchell Pierce. His middle name is Mitchell. Hey, Mr. Pierce.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
you, man.
You
Good.
too.
Glad to be here in Orlando.
Welcome
man.
to Florida.
Yeah,
Welcome
glad to be
Florida.
a part of your podcast nationwide.
Yes. Well, you're welcome, man. How you been? How was your trip down?
Was not bad at all. Direct flight from Pensacola, and no issues getting here. Such an easy trip. I should do it more often. It's
Yes.
just a little over an hour flight, and just have to make it happen on a more frequent basis.
Come on down anytime.
Yeah.
Got plenty of bedrooms.
Yeah, yes, you do. You got plenty of bedrooms. I'm telling you.
We got room for you. So anyway, we wanted to bring up some of my old friends and kind of tell some stories or talk about some things that that we experienced when we were younger. And you and I went through a lot because we've known each other. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the hours. Or the hours. See that? That's
the years.
The days, the years.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So we started hanging out. We were 6th grade.
Yes.
Something along those lines. So,
yeah, we were playing midget league football, and you were playing for the Raiders, and I was playing for the Jets, and that's
the Jets. That's right.
That's like first time we really met.
Yes, I remember. You wore green. I wore black.
That's right. That's right.
So when we first started hanging out together, one of the things that we did, or I learned when I was hanging out with the other kids, is we hang out in the front of the junior high school, out on the lawn near the road where our high school is, which Opelika Junior High School is still open in the same place. I know they rebuilt it, right?
Right, and I think maybe it's called a middle school or something now, but it was right up the street from where I lived.
And it's really close to the rec center.
Yeah,
where we actually did some work for the rec center.
We did a lot of work, but yeah, like Jackie said, we would in the mornings before school we'd all meet out on the lawn, and Jackie and I just became friends because we would both get there early, and a lot of times I've always worn glasses all my life. A lot of times I'd forget my glasses, and we would run back to my house to get my glasses. And why would you like to go, Jackie?
It's funny because I remember the first time we did this. You're like, oh, crap, I forgot my glasses at home. And I'm like, I didn't know where your house was. I said, all right, let's go. We're running off campus, which I was dropped off or rode the bus there. So I'm like going, how in the heck, I don't even know where I'm going around this school. So we take off running down to your school, which is probably, I don't know, a quarter mile.
Down to my house.
Down a quarter mile.
Yeah.
We go into the house. Go ahead. Tell the story. It's funny.
And I decided I got to go, find my glasses wherever they were back in my bedroom. But Jackie discovered that usually in the mornings at my house there was biscuits and bacon left on the stove top.
Yeah.
My mom would make breakfast every morning. So that first time, I'm getting my glasses and I come out and he's sitting there eating a bacon and biscuit right on the countertop. And from then on, it was very frequently that we would be hanging out, and we were there early, and we'd go back to my house and get a biscuit and then run back.
I just thought it was funny because I think your mom was home one time and she was like going, oh, please eat that. We have throwing it away anyway. And I'm like going, I mean, I was just, a growing kid. I was hungry all the time. I'd had like 2 bowls of cereal and toast at my house before I got there, but I saw biscuits and things, so I just cram them down my throat. But that was funny. That was to me, that was probably the first time I'm going, dang, this Tim guy's, he's going to get us in trouble, I could tell.
And we had to get back to the school to do the announcements, remember?
No, we didn't do the announcements that young, that early, but we did eventually.
In junior, yeah.
Yeah, so we both were, were you on the board? Or the board members?
The Rec City Council.
Rec City, we were on the council, yeah. There was the very first council they ever had. There was a group of us that got it and made the council, and we were 7th grade, I think, whatever, when we started that. And so it got to the point where we did a Friday night drop-in. It was called the drop-in, of which we wanted all the kids in junior high, I was a kid too, but to come to our drop-in at the rec center on Friday nights, right?
Right.
And so we had Mr. Tim Gore, which was the head of our of the rec center locally, and head of our group, kind of headed our meetings and everything. And so Tim goes, hey, y'all got to do some promotion of our Friday night drop-in. See if the school will let you do announcements in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So me and Tim we made it up.
Yeah, we'll do it, and we would, have to get on the intercom in the morning, and hey Jackie, what are you doing Friday night?
I'd say, Tim, I'm going to go to the drop-in. You're like, are
the drop. What is the drop-in? Well, it starts at
the rec center on 7:00 on Friday night, and it's a cool place to go. You should come.
Yeah. Please see us there. Yeah.
And then we get crazy and make up silly stuff, and it was kind of funny. But after that we were also in charge of putting out the flag
Yeah,
school flag.
Yeah, we had to raise
So
the
we
flag in the morning.
Do our thing and take that out there.
Do our announcements. And
That, it was funny, and I don't know when it ended, but we were the very first board members of the rec center. And
Right.
we were just kids. They wanted kids to be a part of the rec center and get involved. And,
Tim Gore and Reed Pope.
Yep, Reed Pope and Bailey.
Sam Bailey.
Sam Bailey.
Yeah.
A lot of cool people, man. They were such caring people about the kids and about the community that it just, to me, it washed over me and kind of made me know that. I mean, Tim Gore was it still is. Tim Gore, just
amazing.
a top-notch man.
Yep.
Yeah, just top-notch man.
Opened the gym for us anytime we wanted him to.
Anytime, right.
Yep, to
And
go shoot.
so it was funny, we did the Friday night drop-in, and I was DJing, so I started DJing for it when we first started it, and I DJed it till I was a senior in high school. I couldn't go to it, but I DJed for all the junior high kids that would come in there at the rec center, and we did it in the side room, and then we had the Valentine's dance.
Yeah, Valentine's
That was in the
dance,
gym where
Yep.
we decorated and all did that. And what I heard, I think it's still going on. If it's not still going on, y'all need to do it, man.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, they need to do it for sure. But you and I, so we hung out. We did so many fun things together.
Remember some of like the little dances we would have in junior high, and where we would go. Like, remember Ricky Freeman took us. He drove us one night, and who was your date and all that stuff.
That was for this Christmas dance.
Yes.
In middle school, junior high was the middle school. We called it junior high school. And my first year I went with Suzanne Shepard.
And I think I went with Diane.
Diane Winslet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet girls. And I think the next year we were able to go, which was our last year, I went with Susan Farr.
Yes.
And then you went with your second year.
I don't remember. We'll skip that. I don't know.
You must have had a non-fun dance then.
No,
girl.
I'm
kidding. I don't remember. I remember Lynn Thrift went with Sam Groom.
Yeah.
Tripp went with who did Tripp go with? Oh my gosh, was it Susan Hayes? They were dating a little bit back then. Anyway,
Maybe
I
so.
shouldn't be saying names.
No, you shouldn't.
I mean, we were in middle school. I don't care who you went with.
But we had some good times.
We did
back
have
then.
some fun.
Yeah.
We had some time.
Go on.
I've told some stories about you and me doing some silly stuff in the past, like the time we went to the Eagles concert in high school, trying to listen to the walls of the Coliseum.
Yeah,
And
no
so we
tickets, but we were going to
No.
try to listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the very first time when I was that age, old enough to go into bars and stuff, you took me to first time I went to the Auburn Supper Club.
The
Remember
War
this-
Eagle Supper
the
Club.
War Eagle Supper
Yeah,
Club.
yeah,
And
yeah.
went in there going, oh my goodness, this place is like a war zone and beat up. It was a college place. I'm not ragging Auburn.
Yeah,
I'm not ragging
but-
Auburn. I love Auburn. I know I'm an Alabama fan, but I love Auburn for several reasons. There's still a lot of great people that I met in Auburn.
And your mom worked there.
My mom worked there. True. So the supper club was funny, but you were one of the first ones that I ever really learned or helped learn more about rock and roll.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I remember you playing for me. Oh my gosh, Molly Hatchet.
Right.
Molly Hatchet. You remember that? You love that
Yeah.
song.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, you love some Leonard Skinner, which I love too.
Yeah.
You'd play that platinum album all the time, 24/7.
Had Tom Petty and Van Halen.
Yes. So that was cool. So and you played it in your car. You go down the road, and didn't you have what was it, Celica?
I had that Celica
Yeah.
with the speakers in the back and
Yeah,
my,
you thought you
cassette
were cool.
player.
Yeah.
First car had the 8-track.
Who was the girl that you dated? We were little bitty kids and dated through a while. What was her name?
I don't know, man. You're gonna have to beat this out because
I'm not going to name any names. I don't want to upset anybody. I mean, gosh, I'm just talking old times, fun times, good times.
we go back a long time. You
We
never
go back
know,
a long
right?
time.
Yeah.
Most people understand. Me and you met. We were at 6th grade.
Yeah.
We've been friends ever since. We still hang out and still talk at least a few times a week.
Exactly.
We got you initiated in Sigma Chi,
Yep. We
which is special.
we had our junior high years, high school years, college roommates, and
Oh my gosh, that's
maintained
true.
being friends for many years.
Talk about college roommates, and you could tell some of your other stories, but I remember that one time because we lived in a old mill house, frame house in Troy when we were going to school, and hung out on the front porch a lot. And you had to go to class or somewhere. You jumped in your car, and I joked with you. I said, I acted like you had a phone call, right? And I made the point like you got a phone call. And you're like, what? I said, you got a phone call. So you jumped out of the car and came back in, and your car backed out of the driveway, went onto the double big curb, and of course we had a gym across the street. Guys were working out, and they actually came out and lifted your car off the curb.
Yeah, I was so mad at you. I was backing out, and you're like,
Yeah,
phone call, and I pull back up in the driveway, but I don't put it all. I leave it in reverse, and I'm coming up to see who's on the phone for me. And next thing I know, my car's on the curb.
Well, to be serious, you messed with me so many years. I mean, come on, man.
You mess with me, you would hide my glasses and all. I'd go to sleep and have to get up the next morning and look for them.
I was trying to catch up with all those times you messed with me in junior high and high school. You remember that thing we did where Miss Parker was involved with it, but we went up for meetings, and we started doing just an open discussion meeting with women and the guys.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And we would talk about everything about dating and how it was just, to me, it was a learning experience. I mean,
kind of open things up.
It was, and it becomes so popular. And of course, Miss Parker was like shocked that we were just wanting to talk and open up the things about life. And we got to where we did that weekly. And I enjoyed the crap out of that, man.
Getting to know people, their views on everything.
Yes, it was about dating and girls and guys, and we met at the high school there, and Miss Parker would head it up. That was an interesting point you remember in your life, because the girls would tell how they felt about things, how they felt disrespected, or they felt they were being liked, and just different things we talk about. And it got funny. Sometimes guys would open up and say some things that were really outside the box. It was just funny things, how we were trying to express what we were about,
right?
Which was all pretty positive things. That was a life-changing thing to me. I just remember going, wow, and enjoying it, just sitting there talking to open monologue with each other.
And you could say whatever you wanted to say, and we just kind of kept in the room and got a good discussion going.
Yeah, it was a cool thing. I remember we did that, but I mean, we could tell some other stories, but we might get in trouble with some of the stuff we did.
Those are some of the fun times, though, when we first started getting to know each other.
They were. Anyway, so we did a lot of hanging out with some of these parties and things we'd go to. I say they're parties, just a bunch of kids hanging out. And, we did the playing the kissing games and silly stuff. It was silly. It was kids. It was funny looking back. And I just remember you always got me involved with a lot of stuff.
Well, I remember our senior year, we had our roadmap, man. We had it planned, in our Key Club meetings. We knew we were going to Troy. Miss Patsy would come in there and talk to us about
Patsy Parker.
it. Yeah.
Sweetheart.
And she called us her little Trojans.
She did.
Since we were headed to Troy.
She still does.
Yeah. So
that was cool.
It was.
We could there's other stories we could tell. We just don't want to go,
too deep,
too overboard.
Yeah.
Because we got in a lot of trouble. So I remember we were young in high school, maybe seniors in high school, and you were dating that girl who had an older sister.
Yes.
And we all hung out together.
Yeah, we did.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, so that's awesome. We had some good times.
Yeah, we did.
You got any other stories you want to tell? I mean, some that you could tell that won't get you in trouble? I know it's hard to do. It's hard to knock that down, Tim. Because, we did a lot of trouble stuff.
Yeah, but, I guess I have to brag on you. And
no, you don't have to brag on me. Remember we played church league basketball against each other?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Of course, I beat you every year for 4 years, but...
Yeah, well, we weren't as strong as the green team.
I had Mark Oliver on my team, who was very good. Mark Oliver, God rest his soul, our classmate. But he was on the team. And anyway, what were you going to say? You were going to say something?
No, I mean, y'all had it going with the Green Machine team. So I was on Trinity Blue, and
that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story about Tim. It's so when we went off to college, I was still DJing. Had my mobile equipment. I go out and DJ, and I got hired by we were in college, and I got hired by Bill Harrison, his class. He was a senior. It was a reunion. I don't know how many years it was, but they hired me to DJ, and it went really well. The crowd was having fun. Of course, I was rocking it and playing all this music, and they were just loving it. So much so that Tim goes out. He's out there dancing on the dance floor with all these older women and negotiating with me, with them for me to play longer than my time they had hired me for. So they came up, and Tim goes, hey, they're going to pay you another, $50 extra or whatever to stay around and DJ some more. I said, and I was tired. It was like Friday or Saturday night. I was like, all right, Tim, I'll play a little bit longer. So you're out there dancing with all those people on the dance floor, and I'm going, this boy's going to get me tired. So you were having a good old time because they had an open bar. We were hanging out, drinking, and you were just having a blast. And Mr. Bill Harrison was having a blast, and they seemed impressed with my DJing. So I kept playing, made a few more dollars, and you kept grinding. Let's play longer. They want you to play longer. Let's play till 2 a.m. I'm like, nope.
They were having a good time. Jackie was putting on a show.
And I said, nope, we're done. We're going home. Good night, guys. Thank you. Have a great night. And of course, they wander out the door, and you're supposed to be my DJ assistant, help me load the car and all the records.
Which I did.
Back when DJing, we didn't have digital stuff. We had a full form of albums, and it was like
big speakers that
big
were heavy,
speakers, amplifiers,
turntables.
Yes. Now, so it's just a lot of equipment. So we're loading that up. I backed my car up at the door, and I'm loading it up. And of course, Tim had a good time. He was drinking. And he's turned around, tinkling, and I'm loading the car up, and I said, Tim, you're not going to help me load the front? And you turned around and peed right across my chest, and I went, Tim Pierce. Now, I was not in a good mood, but I knew you had a fun time, and I just said, you're loading the rest of the car. I'm going to go take my shirt off and go clean up. You didn't do it on purpose. You were having fun.
And we remained friends, so if somebody can do that, you still are good friends.
Of course. It was at the time, it wasn't funny. I got really mad. But you had a good time.
Yeah,
you had a good time too. I did have a good time. They paid me pretty good that night. You were out on the dance floor negotiating.
That's right.
I think Tim would negotiate, extra $100, and he would keep 10%.
At least
50%, whatever. He was my negotiating manager, and I just go, oh man, Tim. Okay, Tim. But no, we had a good time.
We had a good time.
We had a great time. Those kind of things where I know I did some stuff like that to you over the years, but we had so much fun with. I don't think it's ever doing anything that got us in trouble.
No,
major. From that standpoint, we didn't do anything that was that bad. We did some fun things, and mess with each other, and we went to the beach several times, stayed in Panama City. Had some good times there. We'd stay in some cheap hotel and party in Panama City. And
went to New Orleans. I had everybody in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's another thing Tim did for me. So I was DJing professionally at Church Street Station back in the day, and this good friend of his was getting married, and they wanted to DJ. And Tim started talking about what a great DJ I am, and blah 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 blah. And so I was like, Tim, I can't move I'm not getting my equipment to fly up to New Orleans. I can't do it. Well, that couple decided they would pay for my flight. They got equipment set up. All I'd have to do is load up my records and come. So I literally loaded up my records on the carry-on on a plane to go to New Orleans to DJ for a wedding. It was a nightmare. The equipment was half-assed. It was hard, and I finally got them going, but that was a challenge.
And we had about 6 of our friends come and join us.
Yeah, I had 6 assistant DJs because they could drink free and stand behind the DJ booth and hang out at a wedding reception. But it worked out. It was a bit of a challenge at first, but it was funny. I think back now, Tim got me a free flight to go visit him. Is what it was. Yeah. I stayed the whole weekend after the wedding.
Had everything taken care of.
But you can only carry so many records on there, so they were making requests. It ain't like today where everything's digital. It couldn't do that. I had to carry these in a box as records and records. And I think I was able to carry, I don't know, a couple of boxes of them and put them in my lap. It was interesting to say, but it worked out. But that was funny. Yeah, it's funny. Tim got me a way DJ.
I was your production manager, man.
That's right. You got me to come see you for free. Really, that was fun. What else? It was really I think was a special thing that I really. I'm not going to brag on this, but I put behind to get you initiated into Sigma Chi because the things we went through when your mom passed away. I've told this story before.
My father.
Your father passed away, so you had to go and take care of your mom. Sorry.
I went back for a while, and I wasn't there for the actual initiation.
Correct.
So
after our original pledgeship.
So came back to Troy and We
Yep,
we're
ended up
still
going to
involved
school
with
and-
the fraternity and went to all the golf tournaments all the years, and finally decided it was time to get officially initiated.
Yep. So I got Brian Schneider, and Brian knew some people to call in the headquarters for Sigma Chi, which is in Illinois. And we told them the story, and they gave us an approval. So we ended up taking you to one of the initiations at Troy.
Right.
So you got initiated with some other younger
brothers.
Yep, younger brothers. But it was awesome. I remember watching that. I know your big brother was Bud Palmer.
Right.
He got to pin you when I was over.
We had about 30 guys come back for that.
Yes, we did, man, because we love you. It was good. We wanted to get you officially initiated. That was fun because Sigma Chi is pretty important to us.
100%.
We've been Sigma Chi's for a long time and affiliated with a lot of good men who still pride themselves on being better men and taking care of their families. And of course, Sigma Chi, they always lean into helping each other
And being gentlemen.
Yes, and gentlemen, big time. They've given me so much support over my lifetime, but especially in the last couple of months.
Right. We had one of them here yesterday, Mr. Bud Palmer.
We did.
Yeah.
Yep, we did. So it's been a good friendship.
Good ride.
Yeah,
We're going to keep
friendship.
it going.
We are going to keep it going for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Maybe one day I'll get to drink some alcohol.
Maybe.
But right now we're doing the right things.
That's
We're doing
right.
the better things. So anyway, thank you for coming to the show.
Hey, man,
brother.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
I'll be
you.
back in a couple of weeks, I hope.
Yeah, that's a 8-hour drive.
But
Good thing you flew.
yeah, a little over an hour flight from Pensacola, so it wasn't bad at all.
So appreciate you. Love you.
All right, love you, brother.
And we'll have Tim back in eventually. We'll have him back in eventually. Right? All right.
Yes.
Peace out.